Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise, and this reading for today will cover Donald John Trump's Saturday, November 5th. And I'm going to do a different spread, and I'll talk you through it as I go, of course. And I might overlay the Lenormand and the Kipper as well if I need more information. But I decided to use I created a spread called the karma spread, the cause and effect spread. So usually I use two decks, but if you guys like the old version better, let me know. Or maybe you like them both equally, and we can switch it up back and forth. But please drop in a comment. Let me know which spread you like the best. So with this one, the first card is the forces that he has in motion, like the things that are most strongly going on that we need to know about. And it's one of the most important cards, so that will be here. And then, and I'll firm these up in frame in a moment. And then his challenges to those forces that are in motion. Okay. And if I can read my writing here, let's see how he's really feeling. I'll go over here, and I'll probably read mostly the inverse because that's how he operates. He, lives and operates in a realm of negativity. Okay, what he's actually doing. This is a really important card for us. Okay, his karma, now this would be not only just for the day, but everything that's been accruing, what's hanging over him, right? Wow. Okay, his future, right here, interesting. And the effect, the outcome of the day. Okay. Oh my goodness. Woo! I just got a glimpse of the outcome. So he's not going to have a good day this day. Okay, so this is kind of like the overarching theme of what's going on. Here's his challenge. Okay, so let's dive in. So what he has in motion are all his cronies, his followers, his supporters that want to celebrate with him, all the racist, misogynistic people who really don't care about anyone else, but they just care about their money or their ideology, which is basically, we're better than you. So that's what's going on. That's quite important to remember. These two cards together here, when I created this spread, I decided to really tie these two together and to focus on how important these two cards are because they're at the base of what's really going on. Now the challenge to he and these people who, want to just party, celebrate, numb out, and I'm reading the negative, aspect of the Three of Cups. Normally I would never read a card like, read it that way for one of us. But his challenges to that, partying, that way of life, that, Mar-a-Lago celebration kind of thing, Louis, it's Saturday, let's go golf, like that kind of thing. And whether he's golfing or not that day doesn't matter. This is what's at the base. These are the forces that he has set in motion. And the challenge to that is he's now walking on eggshells. He's having to defend his way of life. And notice the little, here, let me lift this up and show you. Notice the guy's shoes. He is coming from such a defended place, he couldn't even get the right shoes on. He couldn't get his shoes to match for the day. That's one of the key situations in this card. And then also how he's straddling. Let me get it down here better. Okay, he's on a cliff side. He's at the top of a cliff, so he's made it to the top, right? Because the This being the Six of Wands, of course, I'm sorry, Seven of Wands, of course, follows the Six of Wands, which is a victory card. So you've made it, you have your public acclaim, you're getting attention, you can pat yourself on the back on some respect, or on some level, but now you have to fight for it. Now you have to straddle see the water here and the cliff? You have to straddle, you got to fight for being on top, and you have to straddle the emotional realms that are the realms of like passion from the people that support you. And are you grounded enough to handle that? Are you grounded enough to not put yourself on a pedestal like they want to do? Are you grounded enough to, are you in your integrity? Most of all is the test with this card. Is your passion and the forces that you've put in motion in the past, are they integrity? And with him, of course not. So that's a real challenge. His challenge is for him to hold his position and not lose any more supporters. And he needs to gain more because he's way behind. Okay, so this card about how he's really feeling in the negative sense, if this would have been inversed, and I think it came out that way, although I usually don't read reversals. I can tune into whether or not the card is the reversed. In this situation it is. He is actually feeling very insecure. In the straight up position, it's inner security, feeling calm enough to go with who you are from within and put that out into the world. And you also have your intuition here. The little black cat is about showing the intuition. But with him, for at least this day, but it's probably a pattern, I would say, is he's been so aggressive and so demanding that he's feeling a little bit like like a shrinking violet. I mean, especially coupled with this card as well. But this is what he's actually doing. He's acting from this lack of inner security. He's acting in very paranoid ways. This is a card of paranoia. So that's really challenging for him because it keeps him, on edge. Look at all these wands. Look at 4 wands. Amazing. So yeah, so he's hesitating because he really is insecure. And he's just fighting and spitting things back out. It's like what came through yesterday in the reading was that we can see what he's really doing by just look at everything he's projecting. All the dementia he's projecting onto Joe Biden, when Joe Biden just happens to have a stuttering issue that he worked through at a younger age, and he's helped other people work through it. And so when he hesitates with his speech, it's not because he doesn't have the words formed inside of his being and his head and his heart. He's just having trouble getting them out there sometimes. Now Trump, I've done enough health readings on him to say I thoroughly believe that he has early stages Alzheimer's, and maybe some of the damage to his body is drug induced from his pattern of using Adderall or whatever he's used. It was Coke in the 80s, and then who knows what happened after that. But anyway, his mind is not working right. So of course that's the only thing he's got that he can throw at Joe, seems to be so far. The thing with his son didn't pan out. And that's what he got impeached for, was trying to get dirt on Joe Biden's son from a foreign country. Wow. Against the Constitution, but of course he doesn't know that and doesn't care about that. So this card here, getting back to the reading, so now we know the reason for the paranoia, and we know the reason for the lack of self-confidence, and he's walking on eggshells. But up here with his karma, this to me, when I read look at this, there's only 8 here, but there's way more documents, lawsuits. We could look at this as a plethora of documents of, from all the lawsuits coming down on him, because they're wands. The wands are made of wood, and they represent the working person, and so people are tired of it. He has, I have no idea how many lawsuits at this point, and then he himself turns around and sues just about anybody he wants. He's been, in his history, he's been responsible for a lot of catch and kill type of lawsuits that could have come down on him, which is why he's paid off so many. He's paid off Stormy Daniels, and he's paid off many other women. He has anyone that works for him sign an NDA, which I don't believe is actually legal when it comes to holding a governmental position. I don't believe that those are valid, but he has people sign them anyway. So his karma is coming down to him. It's coming back to him. It's finally weighing and raining down on him, and he has no control over that. Now, his future with the Page of Swords here, that's interesting, because if this is in the tarot, you can look at this as being the spying card. So I believe this has to do, because the swords, in the tarot are about communication. They also have to do with tools. And yeah, he's a major tool. Okay. I said it. We can let that go now. But with the Page of Swords, the page, he can't really, in some decks, it's a smaller guy trying to hold a big sword, and he can't really handle it, he doesn't know how to do that. He can't do his swashbuckling yet, And other people I've seen some tarot readers when I used to watch. Now I tend to not watch so that I'm not influenced, but when I used to watch a lot of tarot readers on YouTube, they would always see this as his goofy hairdo, only it's flipping up in the back rather than forward, but still it's a goofy hairdo. But in this artwork here, it's the hair flipping up, and this guy thinks that he has something to protect him, but can he wield this power? This is young energy. This is not a mature man here. So, but in his future, not what he's doing, but what's coming, because this is all about his karma, what's coming to him, because we know what he's been doing, right? I mean, and I can always do spreads to dive, to just dive into that. And I can overlay this spread with the Lenormand and find out more of that. But this card now is telling me that his future, what's coming to him, is a very restless mental, because it's not grounded, it's not mature, and it's a very restless mental type of energy. Lots of people talking about him. This could be, the pages are often messengers as well. If you're studying tarot, that you can look as a messenger, and this would be a messenger. Like with the cups, the Page of Cups could be a messenger of love or caring. With the Pentacle, it can be, a messenger that brings you something resourceful, or some money or help, or someone to help you study, or someone to, support you financially, or on the physical plane. With this guy, it's all about spying, curiosity, digging into what he's done in the past. This could be all these books that are being released and written about him because of somebody who's been with him in the past. So, wow. That's also somebody that talks about his undelivered promises and how impulsive he is. This is not a good card to have coming at you, honestly. Now, because it can be gossiping, it can be someone that comes in with a great idea and you grab a hold of it or not, but in his case, he has such a history, my goodness. So what's coming at him in this realm, I think, are books that are just revealing everything. Books and words and podcasts and any other form of communication that talks about what he's done in the past. Now, the effect, which ties to, the cause here, because with karma is only the law of, cause and effect. So here's our effect, which is he's done. He's toast. So I don't know if anything's going to happen actually on this day, but it looks to me like he will be betrayed. He will be stabbed in the back. And it might be, more than 10. This may be very well more than 8, because when we're in the realm of the 8s, we're talking, infinity. Infinity, right? With this card, it's a painful ending. You're absolutely done. It's a defeat, it's a crisis, it's an ending, it's a loss, it's a betrayal. You're literally backstabbed. And it could indicate a spinal problem that keeps a person down. So if we're looking at these two cards, it could very well be that he parties this day and then he's incapacitated that night. Interesting. This can sometimes be a card of travel too. So this could be his traveling to his supportive base, which is his current karma, because he's having to go out and, do that, like with his rallies or whatever. And then, of course, with the challenges here is like, do these people wear masks? Are they protecting themselves from the coronavirus? Is anybody that goes to a rally of his going to catch the coronavirus? Of course they do. And painful ending. Partying, rallying, connection and community that brings a painful ending. Wow. Okay, so just for fun, let's add on with the, let's use the Kipper. Okay, and then normally with this sister, with the Kipper system, see how I can't get my words out right? With the Kipper system, it's very movement oriented, and you lay out all the cards, and you set an intention and you ask a specific question. You can even assign time frames, and then you read the movement. But and that's how I read it with. Let me show you the difference here quickly. With Tony Poole's system, this deck, her name's Toni, and then Puhle if you're wanting to learn the Kipper. She has stop cards, start cards, and then there's all these movement cards. Let me see. Like here's a movement card, for instance. Cause and effect cards. I put little notes on the cards because I'm still studying this. And yeah, and in the direction, like if a card up here would be what caused the grief, then a card down here would be what has ended and what's transforming after the ending, like from, to, like that. But so that's how I normally would read Kipper for myself. But with this deck, the Fin de Siècle, I think, by Ciro Marchetti, there's some extra cards added, which I like. They go beyond the traditional 36, but they didn't get into the directional aspects. So I'm just going to read them straight up as like just to the meaning of the card. Okay, so with that, because normally with the Lenormand and Kipper, it's a very directional type of system. Let's just get into... So I'll draw cards for all the same positions, and let's see what else we can add on to it, just for fun. And if this is enough, I mean, of course we've gotten enough information with the tarot. I'm just doing this part just for fun. But of course, you can always just stop watching anytime if this gets to be overwhelming or too much. Or you can come back and watch it later. Okay, so the cause for Donald Trump, the causes that are in motion, the forces in motion for September 5th. Okay, what challenges him, what he's actually feeling, what he's actually doing, his karma for the day that has been accruing, his future, and the outcome, the effect of the cause. Okay, so now I'll just leave these here, but here we go. Whoa. And we'll see if, we get some of the same message. Yeah, we do. Okay, interesting. Wow. Okay, so what's the cause, the forces that are in motion is, yeah, he's working. There's this, rallying and this campaigning is the word I was searching for, is work, and it is labor intensive. What challenges him is his bad health. He's not that healthy. And here he is on the campaign trail talking trash about Joe Biden's health. When here he is morbidly obese, with a drug problem, with probably multiple addictions, I would imagine, because, usually when you use an upper, you got to take a downer to bring you down, right? Makes sense. So he probably takes barbiturates at night, and who knows, maybe he's sleep tweeting sometimes. Right? If people can sleep eat on Ambien and sleep drive and sleep walk around, why can't they sleep tweet? Yikes. Anyway, what challenges this work that he needs to do to win is his bad health. What he's really feeling is like he wants to get away. He wants to get out of Dodge. Yeah, I don't need to go into it further. What he's actually doing is he's going for partnerships. It's the Lover's card in the Kipper, but it's also traditionally the just good outcome. So, but the good outcome happens when you have love and friendship and loyalty in your life. He doesn't really have that. So let's see what card was under there. Yeah, that's his paranoia, because he doesn't really have the love and the support, the friendship, right? Yikes. Okay, now what his karma is that's hanging over him, it's his path in life. It's his path in life to actually, to experience his karma. Because he's created that. We all create our own reality. Now this card generally has a meaning of taking a long, long time. Something that takes a long, long time. So let's see what was underneath. Yeah, the lawsuits, the votes, the just a tremendous energy coming at him. No wonder he wants to run away. Okay, and then his future, he's thinking, he's constantly just thinking about, is this really what I want to do? I don't know if he even really wanted to win that much in 2016, other than he just loves to win, because for him it's that dualistic split of, if you're not winning, you're losing. He has a split in his psyche and his soul that is not, doesn't work. It's pretty messed up. So this card is also all about planning. It's about planning. It has to do with, do you have respect or not? Do you have integrity or not? is your mind and your heart, combined together? Is your mind, body, and soul one? Well, not with him. He abuses his body, doesn't work on his soul, and he thinks his head is the only thing that matters and that he can control everything with his thoughts. And it's not true. But this card does have to do with other people's investigations into you. And remember, we had the spy card. So I think he's getting back exactly what he's been putting out there. Wow. Now the effect, the outcome, the karma for the day, we have the concern card. I mean, just look at the image. The guy is sitting there with his head down. Hold on, let me see if I can... And remember the card that was underneath it. Let's see, make sure there's no glare. Okay, yeah. This guy's not really happy. And, we have lilies in the background, so that it could have been like somebody died and he doesn't know what to do with his life. Been stabbed in the back, betrayed, it's over. Now what do I do? Yeah. Now what do you do? It's a card it's called Concern in this deck, but in the other Kipper deck, Tony Pools, that I use most of the time, has the meaning for that is gloomy thoughts. It's a gloominess card, but it's also a card of secrets, depression and sadness, and of course you look to the other cards of what it's all about. So I really think that I don't believe he really wanted to be president, but now he has to, and he has all these lawsuits on him that are waiting for him as soon as he gets out of office. And the states that are coming down on him are already, that happens anyway. Like Letitia James's lawsuit, those are still going forward. But federally, he's protected. So that's weighing on him. All that's weighing on him. I think that this is the key card to focus on, because this is the effect of the day. So, okay, I think I'll close up for today with this, and welcome your comments and questions. And you guys have a wonderful... Hope you're having a wonderful weekend and holiday, and I'll be back next time. Okay, take care.